Welcome everyone. Today we will be exploring the best practices for transition planning that assist students with disabilities as they progress from secondary education to post-secondary education and adulthood. There are several key topics that we'll cover. To name a few: legal distinctions, employment opportunities, and self-advocacy. This presentation draws on research from Strober, Mazzotti, Rowe, and Mann, and incorporates valuable employment insights from Smith and colleagues. Transition planning is critical for students with disabilities to succeed after high school. Schools and families must collaborate to prepare students academically, emotionally, and socially. This presentation highlights key areas for support backed by current research and legal frameworks. And these topics include special education versus ADA, post-secondary education, employment, independent living, self-determination, and healthy relationships. So one must understand the legal distinctions between secondary and post-secondary education. So we're going to look at special education versus ADA and those legal differences. Grasping the legal differences between secondary and post-secondary education is crucial. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA, mandates transition services and individualized education programs, or IEPs, in secondary schools. However, in post-secondary institutions, the Americans with Disability Act, or ADA, and Section 504 come into play, requiring students to self-identify and request those accommodations. Unlike high school, schools are not obligated to provide the same level of support. In Table 1 from Strober's study, it's illustrated the shift in responsibility from the school district to the student at that post-secondary level. For example, for identification, under the IDEA, the school district is responsible, whereas under the ADA and in post-secondary level school, it is up to the student. So colleges vary significantly in the accommodations and supports that they provide. Some institutions feature centralized offices staffed with trained professionals, while others depend on decentralized services. According to Strober's analysis of 5 universities, it is the students who must initiate requests for accommodation and supply the necessary documentation. Rowe highlights the critical role of student self-advocacy in this process. As Mann points out, institutions with robust support programs tend to experience higher rates of student retention and success. So keep that in mind as you look at schools and are working with students. All right, enhancing employment outcomes through vocational training. Employment outcomes significantly improve when students engage in vocational training, internships, and the development of social skills prior to graduation. Mazzotti and colleagues discovered that early exposure to work environments fosters readiness for the job market. Rowe emphasizes the necessity for schools to equip students with both job-related skills and essential social and communication abilities crucial for success in the workplace. Mann highlights that promoting autonomy enables students to excel in their professional endeavors. Smith and colleagues present compelling evidence showing that nearly 89% of employed transition-age youth with disabilities completed a job interview before securing a position, highlighting the vital role of explicit job interview skill training within pre-employment transition services. Nevertheless, only about 21% of youth participating in pre-ETS were currently employed, a figure considerably lower than that of their non-disabled counterparts. Moreover, youth with intellectual disabilities and autism experience notably lower employment rates, and work fewer hours, underscoring the urgent need for more customized and intensive vocational support. The study also notes a rise in participation in both unpaid and paid internships as part of transition services, although many youth still need help navigating interviews for these opportunities. Therefore, it is key for schools to integrate evidence based job interview trainings with vocational and social skills development to better prepare students for success in the workforce. The importance of independent living skills for students' success. Independent living skills are essential for student success after school. These skills encompass managing finances, utilizing public transportation, and addressing healthcare needs. Research conducted by Mazzati emphasizes the value of incorporating community-based instruction and providing practice opportunities during secondary education. Additionally, Rowe highlights that continued support and collaboration with families can significantly boost students' independence. A crucial element for a successful transition in self-determination, which involves recognizing and expressing one's own needs. Both Strober and Rowe highlight the importance of incorporating self-advocacy goals into IEPs or 504 plans, urging students to articulate their disabilities and seek necessary accommodations. Mann notes that continuous practice and feedback are vital for reinforcing these skills. Research indicates that students with strong self-advocacy abilities tend to achieve greater success in college and professional environments. Cultivating healthy relationships is essential for adult life. According to Prince and colleagues, as cited in Strober, social skills curricula can assist students in forming meaningful connections and engaging with their communities. Rowe emphasized that vocational programs and internships offer natural environments for practicing social interactions, ultimately supporting both employment opportunities and independent living outcomes. In conclusion, effective transition planning necessitates proactive and continuous efforts to prepare students for the realities of post-secondary education and adult life. Key elements include teaching self-advocacy, providing vocational and social skills training, fostering independence. These components all contribute to improved outcomes. Additionally, collaboration among families, schools, and community resources is vital. Implementing universal design principles ensures accessibility for every student. The integration of job interview skill development into transition services is essential, as highlighted by the study conducted by Smith and colleagues. There is a significant correlation between these skill training and employment success for youth with disabilities. Furthermore, there is a clear demand for more intensive, tailored support, particularly for youth with intellectual disabilities and autism, who face challenges in employment outcomes. Enhancing access to both paid and unpaid internships alongside interview preparation presents a promising opportunity to boost workforce participation. By combining these recommendations with early and thorough transition planning, we can better equip students for success in post-secondary education and employment. Here are the key references used in this presentation. These sources provide strong evidence and best practices for supporting students with disabilities. Through transition planning, I encourage you to explore these studies for deeper understanding.